Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 franchise rebuild with the Miami Dolphins. We are 1-2 heading into week 4 of the season, and we have made a big trade. We did win our last game with AJ Feeley, but frankly, I was sick of hearing touchy-feely every time Chris Berman talked about him, so we made the trade with the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 4-0, and had Carson Palmer just sitting there on their bench, and we needed to change a quarterback, so we made the change quarterback right now, and we're going to test Carson Palmer out against the Jets. But before we go play the New York Jets and open up our AFC schedule, we will see that there are a lot of 4-0 teams here in our first season. Atlanta, Cincinnati, going down the list. Denver's 3-0, Seattle's 3-0. There are a lot of just both ends of the spectrum getting hit here in the first season. As you can see, the results all the way down the list in week 3 as we get our little result at the bottom. As you can see, Oakland and Washington both at 4-0. Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Jacksonville, San Diego all at 0 and we can see our best players from week 3, Peerless Price and Michael Vick, a little bit of offensive synergy there. When you throw for 317 pass yards and 4 touchdowns and 3 of them go to one receiver, you're definitely going to get Player of the Week nods. And we still have David Boston on the bench, so one weapon for Carson Palmer is still going to be out for 2 whole weeks. We see Hadnot on the bench as well. And we will take a look at the Jets' key players. Chad Pennington, the 5th-year guy, Adam Marshall, having a pretty decent season so far this year. The Jets, I believe, are at 1-1 or 1-2 or something like that. Curtis Martin, 10th-year guy, real vet in the league out of Pittsburgh, going to try and get a little bit more success than he's had on the ground. And Santana Moss is the real dangerous weapon for the Jets so far. It doesn't really look like it in the stats, but Santana can burn the best of him. We'll see what we can do against this elite receiver. And then you can also see we have Kevin Mawe on the center line. Good blocking guy. Their middle should be pretty well protected as well with him at center. And we couldn't find any guys over 90 on this Jets defense, but Sam Cowart here in the middle is really, really close at an 89 overall. And we had to highlight Sean Ellis as well on the defensive end. His numbers look elite, but he's only got that 87 overall. I wonder if he's going to rank into that level over the years. And we decided to go with the orange jersey today. We wanted to get a little bit of contrast from the New York Jets. So we went with that 2004 alternate number 1. So if you're down with the orange alternates, I would love it if you could like and comment on the video what kind of Dolphins jersey you want to see in future videos. And also, if you haven't smashed the sub button, go ahead and hit it right now. We're going to give it to Chris Berman in the studio.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN. There aren't too many 5'11" guys to play like they're 6'4", but we'll see one of them here. The dynamic Chris Chambers, as he looks to get this passing game on track. New York Jets, Miami Dolphins. This ought to be good.
Hello, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Pro Players Stadium. Mr. Football, Peter O'Keefe, is here with me, and Peter, both of these coaches like to do things the same way.
Well, very similar style, Dan. Dave Wanstead is someone who likes to run the ball and run it often. His coaching style is ball control, monopolize the clock, and wear down the defense as the game goes on. Herman Edwards has a similar coaching style.
This game looks like it could become half football, half mud wrestling. Back to you.
Susie. Jets offense will start this drive at their own 26-yard line. Martin takes it across the line of scrimmage and chews up about 4 on the... Martin takes it off the toss and gets past the line. Gets out at the 35. Martin chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up first down.
Those last year numbers are solid.
Pennington rifles it out left side, and it's complete at the 45. Stopped at the 48. Martin chews up 9 yards, and that brings up first down.
Boy, they get some good yardage out of this one, Dan, and they do it a number of good ways. Good line blocking, good downfield blocking, and a nifty run to boot. Nice play.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they will move the chain.
Great execution.
First down from the I. Pennington throws a bullet to the flat, and he connects for a pickup of 4 on the play.
Dan, bunch of receivers out there. Defense is expecting that, and they go to nickel.
The man makes a tough catch and is well past the markers for a first down. Overlaid, Jackson back at the 28. Falls in the pass and gets past the markers for a first down. Pennington rifles this one hard over the middle, and it's intercepted. Tackled at the 9.
Arturo Freeman is able to catch the ball in these rainy conditions, but he's playing for the defense, people. That rain is really rewriting the playbook out there today.
The Dolphins are going to try and capitalize on the interception. They'll start this drive at their own 9-yard line. Williams gets the handoff and runs into traffic. Brought down at the 9. Palmer throws this on the rope, and he connects at the 17.
Carson Palmer has some size to go with that arm. 6'5", 230, big numbers. Who needs an O-line when your QB is the size of a defender?
Conrad goes in motion. Williams gets the call on first down and heads wide right. Tackled at the 20. Howard chases him down and gets the sack at the 17. Menace didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete. It'll be fourth down. Taylor gets the sack at the 45.
Jason Taylor, he's a defenseman that I like. 6'6", 255, and someone who loves to stop a play in the backfield. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Pennington throws a beauty to the right side, and the reception is made for a first and more. Finally popped out of bounds at the 13. That will bring up first down. Moss catches it in the flat and tries to get free. Knocked out of bounds at the 5. Thomas tackles him behind the line of scrimmage. Freeman makes a play on this one and forces the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Bryan with a 23-yarder, and they take the lead.
Doug Bryan braved these wet conditions and put the football right between the uprights.
They'll start at their own 27-yard line. Palmer fires this one over the middle, and the ball is caught for a gain of 7 on the play. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. The Jets with a small lead, 3-0. Williams will get the carry on second down and barely picks up the first down. Abraham makes the sack just behind the line. Williams takes his fourth carry of the game and heads wide left. Tackled at the 38. Palmer throws a bullet to the flat, and the reception's made at the 37. Eventually pushed out of bounds at the 48. First down. is not happy with that call, and he's going to challenge it.
Dan, on the replay here, look for where the ball is when he steps out of bounds. That will tell us if the spot is good or not.
He likes the call, and you sort of have a feeling that he knew it all along. Williams takes it for his 5th carry and converts the 4th down. What a fantastic play. Williams catches it in the flat and is at the 45. Eventually tackled at the 37. First down. Barrett crushes him behind the line at the 42.
Oh, let's watch this. 5 wide out versus a D that is wisely loaded up on DBs.
Thompson grabs the rope right side, and that's a gain of 7 on the play. Palmer wipes it on the left side, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Williams gets the toss and runs into traffic, breaks free. Eventually shoved out at the 4. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, they can run, but they also have a go-to receiver in there. Let's watch.
Palmer zips it to the left sideline, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Carson Palmer throws right past the coverage and into his receiver's hands. Nice throw.
Here's the point after, and it's good. Martin picks up about 2, and that brings up 2nd down. Pennington lofts this one out to the left, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Moss catches the heater left sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Pennington zings it to the right side, and it's caught just barely past the markers for a first.
Couple of the best banging heads there.
First down, just a single receiver on the field. Martin gets the ball and heads upfield, breaks a tackle. Tackled, and the clock will continue to run. It will be 1st down. Pennington throws a heater, and the reception is made past the markers for a 1st down.
If we see the pass here, Dan, I have no doubt it's heading to his go-to man.
Pennington ropes this one to the end zone, and it's caught for the score.
Santana Moss has a guy shadowing him, but still manages to make the catch.
Now the extra point, and it's good. The Dolphins offense has taken the field, and they have been having a very tough time passing the ball. They have another opportunity here as they start off at the 31-yard line. Williams will get the carry on 1st down and searches for a hole. No one in front of him. 35. Tackled, and the clock will continue to run. That will bring up 1st down. Palmer zips it to the left sideline, and it's completed at 25. Finally stopped at the 14. That will bring up 1st down. Gets the sack, and the Dolphins take a timeout. That's their final one. Palmer throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete at the 24. Runs out, and that will stop the clock at 27.
Ricky Williams made the grab back there and then tacked on a few more. Nice play.
He reels in another one today. Abraham tips it away on the coverage, incomplete. That will bring up fourth down. Field goal unit is on the field. Mare kicks it from 31 yards, and it's good. So that'll bring the first half of football to a close as the clubs head to the locker room all time. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, we'll get back to you in a bit. But welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. A look at our halftime stats here, and boy, look at the difference in passing yards. The Jets should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. And as far as my halftime hero, well, there's really no contest. Santana Moss has played outstanding. And now let's return to the second half with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Thanks, Boomer, and welcome back to our broadcast.
That he's been somewhat frustrated by their erratic play defensively in the first half. He said, on some plays we've been terrific, on other plays we really looked sloppy. We need to get our wits about us and play with greater consistency in the second half. We'll see how they do. Dan, back to you.
Thanks, Susie. The Dolphins offense takes the field, and they will start out at their own 24-yard line. Palmer throws this one way downfield, and it's complete for a first down and a whole lot more. Williams gains 8 yards, and that brings up second down.
Oh, look at those numbers. That's how to get it done on the ground.
Ellis gets the sack way back at the 40. No good. Incomplete. That will bring up fourth down. Will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. Moss didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete. Pennington wipes it out left side, and it's caught at the 49, and he's stopped right there. It will be first down.
Santana Moss doesn't let a little thing like double coverage stop him from snagging the football.
Madison puts a lick on the receiver and separates him from the ball. Incomplete. Pennington makes the throw after the play action fake, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete. Intercepted. Tackled at the 29.
Sammy Knight shows why you think twice before throwing a pass in his neighborhood. Watch. Great presence of mind to try for the football there.
Well, that's their second interception. They'll start this drive at their own 29-yard line. Thompson goes in motion. Williams carries it for the 9th time and passes the line. Tackled at the 36. Thompson tackles him behind the line of scrimmage. 43, first down. Barrett tips it away on the coverage, incomplete.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Tongue sacks him back at the 39. Thompson catches it over the middle, and he will be short of the markers. Fourth down coming up. Williams punches this one left of center, and
Okay, bring him out. Bring him out. We got the change.
No first, baby, no first. Yeah, no first. Man.
Martin picks up a yard on the play, and that will bring up second down. Pennington really rifles this pass, and the catch is made well past the markers. Martin gets the handoff, and his left breaks free. Eventually shoved out at the 25. That will bring up first down. Has his number called on first down and maybe picks up one on the play. Martin takes it off the cross and passes the line. Dragged down at the 20. Pennington throws a big high lob, and it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete.
Real cool. Never gave his assignment any wiggle room and was able to prevent a completion.
Before the game. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. Has it sailed just left of the upright. The Dolphins had their last drive stall out at the end. We'll see if they can keep momentum throughout this one, which starts at their own 28-yard line. Palmer flops this one out to the left, and it's caught with room to run. 25. Hunted down at the 12. First down. So 3 quarters in the books now, and we're all tied.
Williams averts danger on this one. Watch how he plows through the D. Oh, a big stiff arm on that play.
Peter, that will put a touchdown in his stat call. Here's the extra point, and it's good. The Jets' offense has stalled late in their drives the past few times down. We'll see if they can finally score as they start this one at the 22-yard line. Martin goes right up the middle and maybe picks up one on the play. Soule picks up 6 on the play, and that brings up third down. Pennington lobs this one way over the middle, and the reception is made for a first and more. 20, 10, 5, and touchdown.
Justin McCarrans is going to make a great play right here. Snags the football and then really turns on the juice.
They don't have their eye on the deep game much today, but this time it worked out. Now the point after, and it's good.
Look at the numbers generated on the ground. That is impressive.
Williams has his number called on first down and only gets back to the line of scrimmage. the 36. It will be first down. Williams takes it for his 14th carry and heads wide left. Breaks a tackle. Eventually runs out of bounds at the 48. That will bring up first down. Williams gets the call again and takes it upfield. Tackled at the 39. Williams picks up 6 on the play, and that brings up first down. Williams carries a past scrimmage and will gain close to 6. Williams carries it yet again and runs into traffic. Tackled at the 26. Palmer fires this one over the middle, and it's tipped. Incomplete. It'll be fourth down. Mare with the 43-yard attempt, and he misses this one to the right. They'll start at their 34-yard line. Martin carries this one off to the right, and maybe picks up 1 on the play. Martin gains 3 yards, and that will bring up third down. Soule goes in motion. Pennington takes it to the right side, and it's caught at the 47. And he's stopped right there. He hasn't been working the sides too much.
Well, he's obviously very confident that he's going into where all the traffic is. He's daring the D to stop him.
First down, both wideouts to the right. Martin gains 8 yards, and that brings up second down. Martin has his number called on second down and barely picks up the first down. And it falls incomplete. Pennington throws a beauty to the right side, and it's incomplete. The bat catches the bullet out left, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Pennington throws a bullet to the flat, and Moss grabs the fastball over the middle, and he's got the first. The clock continues to tick down.
Yeah, and unless he starts getting shut down, there's no reason for him to move out of it. Well, those are some impressive numbers. Look at those receiving yards.
The Dolphins want to talk it over, and they take their first timeout. Martin will get the handoff and heads left. Tackled, and the clock. The Dolphins will take a timeout. Martin fires off right guard, and the Dolphins take a time. Rips him down in the backfield, and that takes them even farther away from the marker. The Jets want to talk it over, and they take their first timeout. Bryan with a 24-yarder, and they take the lead.
Brooks Bollinger stayed cool and adjusted nicely to the high snap.
The Jets come out on top 20-17. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Jets stepped it up for sure putting up some good numbers. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Chad Pennington is standing by with Susie Calder. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You really came up big. And you won a close game today. What made the difference for you guys to come out triumphant today?
Well, I have to give it up to the other team. I got to give them credit for playing hard and making us really work for it. We just leave it all on the field and let the chips fall where they may. And luckily, we came up with the win today.
Back to you, Chris.
Well, that just about does it. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time here on ESPN, celebrating 25 years as the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Chris Berman. So long.
Can't help but feel like we let that one slip away as we see just honestly a really great game from Carson Palmer in his first game in the Miami Orange, I suppose. He did have a high quarterback rating, only 186 yards, but 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Always love to see no interceptions. But at the end of the day, we couldn't pull out the victory. We seemed to let it slip away from us with a couple of mistakes, a couple of clock mismanagements. Ricky Williams had 136 yards on the ground, and yet we couldn't run it out there at the end. We did hold Curtis Martin to a decent day as well, about 70 yards on the ground. We did really, again, we got killed on the secondary. Santana Moss had himself a day as we finished looking at Ricky Williams' stats here, but Chris Chambers got his 4 receptions for 109 yards, but Santana Moss, 8 receptions, 100 yards. Honestly, McCarrions were 3 for 90, Becht with 2 for 56. 2 total touchdowns for the Jets, especially when it hurt. I feel like we had just gone up at a certain point, and then we immediately gave up a long touchdown of that 71-yarder to McCarrions to let them right back in the game. And of course, if you've got a guy who's running as much as Ricky Williams is running, you're going to be seeing a lot of tackles from the New York Jets, as you see there. Also, the Jets on top with the assists. Sammy Knight and Sam Madison had a pretty busy day considering that they were covering Santana Moss for the majority of the day. We had 2 sacks from Abraham, 1 sack from Cower, 1 sack from Reggie Tung from the safety position, but of course, Ogunleye and Taylor were able to find sacks as well. And then decent pass defense from us, although Freeman seemed to be the only one who was getting hands on the ball. And of course, we always managed to get an interception or 2 per game. This time it was Freeman and Knight, the 2 safeties. Sometimes they were getting beautiful one-handed interceptions, and other times they were bailing out on coverage and letting guys go for 71-yard touchdowns. So the Dolphins are 1-3 heading into our next game against the New England Patriots. And as we know, the New England Patriots are no slouches, and we need to try and get some wins in our column sooner rather than later, since the goal for this first season is to try and win the division. So if you think that the Dolphins can win the division, or if you have some ideas of what the Dolphins could do heading into the trade deadline, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Thanks for being here. Also, leave a like if you're so inclined, and if you've gotten this far and haven't already, please get that smash on that sub button. It would really, really help us out big time. But that's it for this one. We're going to look forward to coming back and playing the Patriots on the next one. This has been Peanuts 24/7. We'll see you on the next one.